A maid asked her rich boss to shut up. The reason will shock you. The sun had barely risen over the bustling city, casting a warm glow over the towering skyscrapers and luxurious mansions that dotted the landscape. In one such mansion lived the wealthy and influential Richardson family. Their estate, a grandiose structure with immaculately manicured lawns and a private pool, was home to Mr. Edward Richardson, his wife, Mrs. Richardson, and their two children. Among the staff that catered to the Richardson family's every whim was a young maid named Maya. She had been working for the family for over 3 years, diligently performing her duties with precision and dedication. Maya's days began early, as she would wake up at 5 a.m. to start her chores, ensuring that every corner of the mansion sparkled with cleanliness. On this particular morning, Maya was busy preparing breakfast for the family. She expertly cracked eggs into a bowl, whisked them together with a fork, and poured the mixture into a sizzling pan. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafted through the air, mingling with the sweet scent of toast and pastries. As she worked, Maya's mind wandered to her own family, whom she had left behind in a small village. Her parents, though poor, had instilled in her the value of hard work and determination. Maya's eyes misted over as she thought of her mother, who had sacrificed so much to give her a better life. She had promised her mother that she would work hard, save money, and eventually bring her family to the city. Just then, Mr. Richardson strode into the kitchen, his phone pressed to his ear. "I don't care what it takes. I want those shares acquired by the end of the week," he barked into the phone. Maya, accustomed to his brusque demeanor, continued with her work, trying not to draw attention to herself. However, as Mr. Richardson paced around the kitchen, his voice grew louder and his words more caustic. Maya, sensing an opportunity to take a short break, turned off the stove and began to arrange the breakfast spread on the dining table. Mr. Richardson, still on the phone, followed her into the dining room. "What's taking so long?" he snapped, not even looking at Maya. "Can't you see I'm busy?" Maya, her patience wearing thin, turned to face him. She took a deep breath and let her words spill out in a rush. "Sir, I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting, but I just wanted to remind you that today is my mother's birthday. I've been working nonstop for 3 years, and I've never taken a leave. I was wondering if I could have the day off to visit my family." Mr. Richardson's expression didn't change, but his voice took on a slightly softer tone. "I'll see what I can do, Maya. But you know how important this deal is. I need you to stay and take care of the family today." Maya's eyes welled up with tears, but she nodded understandingly and returned to the kitchen. As she poured the eggs into a serving dish, Mr. Richardson's phone call ended, and he began to dictate a list of tasks to Maya. "Maya, I need you to pick up the dry cleaning, drop off the groceries, and make sure the pool is clean today." Maya's hands trembled slightly as she scribbled down the tasks, her mind still on her mother's birthday. The kitchen door swung open, and Mrs. Richardson sauntered in, her designer heels clicking on the marble floor. "Good morning, darling," she said, pecking her husband's cheek. "What's the plan for today?" Mr. Richardson filled her in on his schedule, and Maya slipped out of the room, feeling like an invisible spectator in her own life. As she went about her chores, Maya's thoughts lingered on her mother and the promise she had made to her. She wondered if she would ever be able to bring her family to the city to give them the life they deserved. The ache in her heart grew, and Maya knew she had to find a way to make it happen. The morning wore on, with Maya efficiently completing her tasks, but as the hours ticked by, she couldn't shake off the feeling of restlessness that had settled within her. She felt like she was stuck in a rut, working tirelessly to keep the Richardson family's lives running smoothly, while her own dreams gathered dust. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Maya's determination grew. She would find a way to make her dreams a reality, no matter what it took. Little did she know the events of the day would set her on a path she never could have imagined. Maya's thoughts were consumed by her mother as she went about her chores. She remembered the countless nights she had spent listening to her mother's stories about their village, the lush green fields and the warm sunshine. Her mother had always dreamed of a better life for Maya, one where she wouldn't have to struggle to make ends meet. And so, Maya had left for the city, determined to make a new life for herself and eventually bring her family to join her. As she worked, Maya's mind wandered to the small village where her family lived. She pictured her mother's smile, her father's tired eyes, and her younger brother's infectious laughter. She had promised her mother that she would visit on her birthday, and Maya couldn't bear the thought of breaking that promise. The hours ticked by, and Maya's tasks seemed to stretch on endlessly. She finished cleaning the pool, picked up the dry cleaning, and dropped off the groceries. As she returned to the mansion, she felt a sense of relief wash over her. Maybe, just maybe, she could sneak away for a few hours to visit her family. But as she entered the kitchen, she was greeted by Mrs. Richardson's shrill voice. "Maya, where have you been? I've been calling you for the past hour. Don't you know I need you to help me get ready for the party tonight?" Maya apologized profusely, explaining that she had been running errands for Mr. Richardson. Mrs. Richardson's expression softened slightly, and she nodded curtly. "Maya, I need you to help me with my hair. The stylist can't make it today, and I have a meeting with the caterer in an hour." Maya nodded, her hands moving swiftly as she styled Mrs. Richardson's hair into a sleek updo. As she worked, Maya's thoughts turned to her own mother and the birthday celebration she had promised to attend. She felt a pang of guilt, knowing she wouldn't be able to keep her promise. Tears pricked at the corners of her eyes, but she blinked them back, focusing on the task at hand. Just then, Mr. Richardson stormed into the room, his face red with anger. "What's taking so long?" he thundered, his eyes scanning the room. "I need to leave for a meeting in 15 minutes, and I still need to review those documents." Maya felt a surge of fear, but she stood her ground, her voice steady. "Sir, I'll bring the documents to you immediately. But may I speak with you about something?" Mr. Richardson raised an eyebrow, but nodded curtly. Maya took a deep breath and plunged ahead. "Sir, it's my mother's birthday today. I've been working for 3 years without a break. Could I please have the day off to visit my family?" Mr. Richardson's expression didn't change, but his voice took on a slightly softer tone. "Maya, I'm sorry, but this is not a good time. We have a critical meeting today, and I need you to stay and take care of the family." Maya felt a lump form in her throat, but she nodded understandingly. As Mr. Richardson left for his meeting, Maya felt a wave of despair wash over her. She had promised her mother, and now she wouldn't be able to keep that promise. The weight of her responsibilities, the pressure of her job, and the ache in her heart seemed to crush her. The rest of the day passed in a blur, with Maya rushing to complete her tasks. As the sun began to set, she felt a sense of exhaustion wash over her. She had failed her mother, and the guilt weighed heavily on her conscience. As she began to prepare dinner, Maya's thoughts turned to her own future. Would she ever be able to break free from the cycle of servitude? Would she ever be able to give her family the life they deserved? The questions swirled in her mind, but the answers seemed elusive. The kitchen door swung open, and Mr. Richardson walked in, his face stern. "Maya, I need you to stay late tonight. We have guests arriving, and I need you to serve them." Maya felt a surge of anger, but she bit back her words. She nodded curtly, her eyes flashing with resentment. Little did she know, the night would unfold in ways she never could have imagined. The events that transpired would change the course of her life forever, and the words she would utter would leave her boss speechless. The night wore on, with Maya moving swiftly and silently as she served the Richardsons' guests. She had perfected the art of being invisible, of melting into the background as the wealthy and influential guests mingled and laughed. But beneath her composed exterior, Maya's emotions seethed and churned. As she poured glasses of champagne and canapes, Maya's mind wandered to her mother and the promise she had broken. She felt a pang of guilt, knowing that she had let her mother down. The ache in her heart grew, and Maya's movements became more agitated, her hands shaking slightly as she balanced the tray of drinks. Mr. Richardson, noticing her distress, frowned slightly. "Maya, are you okay? You seem a bit off," he said, his voice low and concerned. Maya forced a smile, her lips trembling. "Yes, sir. I'm fine. Just a bit tired, that's all." But Mr. Richardson's words were drowned out by the sound of laughter and clinking glasses. The guests were arriving, and Maya's duties were far from over. She moved through the crowds, her eyes scanning the room as she offered drinks and hors d'oeuvres. As the night wore on, Maya's exhaustion grew. She had been on her feet for hours, and her feet ached with every step. But she couldn't rest, not yet. The guests were still arriving, and she had to keep smiling, keep serving. Just then, a particularly demanding guest caught her attention. The woman, a tall, statuesque blonde, snapped her fingers impatiently. "Maya, get me another glass of champagne, and make sure it's chilled to perfection." Maya nodded, her movements swift as she fetched the drink. But as she handed the glass to the woman, something inside Maya snapped. She looked at the woman, really looked at her, and saw the entitlement, the arrogance, and the complete lack of empathy. Maya's eyes flashed with anger, and her voice when she spoke was low and even. "Ma'am, I understand you'd like another glass of champagne, but perhaps, just perhaps, you could ask for it politely. I'm not a robot, you know. I have feelings too." The woman's eyes widened in shock, and the room fell silent. Maya's words hung in the air, and for a moment no one moved. Then the woman's face turned red with anger. "How dare you?" she spluttered. "You're just a maid. You should be grateful for the opportunity to serve us." But Maya stood her ground, her voice growing stronger. "I'm not just a maid. I'm a human being with dreams and aspirations, and I'm tired of being treated like dirt. I'm tired of being invisible, of being ignored, of being disrespected." The room erupted into chaos, with guests gasping in shock and Mr. Richardson rushing to intervene. "Maya, what's gotten into you?" he thundered, his face red with anger. But Maya's words had unleashed a torrent of emotions, and she couldn't stop now. "You want to know what's gotten into me, sir? It's the realization that I'm worth more than this. I'm worth more than being treated like a servant, like a machine. I'm worth more than being ignored and disrespected." The room fell silent once more, and Maya's words hung in the air, a challenge to the status quo. Mr. Richardson's face turned white with anger, and he raised his hand as if to slap her. But Maya stood her ground, her eyes flashing with defiance. "You know, sir, I've had enough. I've had enough of being treated like dirt. I've had enough of being ignored, and I've had enough of being silenced." The words spilled out of her, a torrent of emotions and frustration. And then, in a moment that would change everything, Maya said the words that would leave her boss speechless. "Shut up, sir. Just shut up." The room erupted into chaos, with guests screaming and Mr. Richardson's face turning red with rage. Maya stood tall, her eyes flashing with defiance as she realized the weight of her words. She had never spoken to her boss like that before, and she knew the consequences would be severe. Mr. Richardson's face twisted in anger. He took a step closer to Maya. "How dare you?" he thundered. "You're just a maid, a nobody. You have no right to speak to me like that." Maya stood her ground, her voice steady. "I may be a maid, sir, but I'm a human being, and I deserve to be treated with respect." The guests began to murmur among themselves, some of them taking videos on their phones, while others looked on in shock. Mrs. Richardson, who had been watching the scene unfold, stepped forward. "Edward, stop. Let's not make a scene in front of the guests." But Mr. Richardson was beyond reason. "You need to apologize, Maya." "Now," he demanded. Maya looked at him, her eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, sir, but I won't apologize for standing up for myself. I won't apologize for being treated like dirt for 3 years." The guests began to whisper among themselves, and some of them started to leave. The tension in the room was palpable, and Maya knew she had to make a choice. She could apologize and try to salvage her job, or she could stand her ground and risk losing everything. She took a deep breath and made her decision. "I quit," she said, her voice clear and firm. "I quit, effective immediately." The room fell silent, with the guests staring at her in shock. Mr. Richardson's face turned white, and he looked like he had been punched in the gut. "You can't quit," he spluttered. "You're just a maid. You need this job." Maya smiled, a sense of freedom washing over her. "I don't need this job, sir. I deserve better, and I'm going to find it." With that, Maya turned and walked out of the mansion, leaving behind the chaos and the drama. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was ready to start a new chapter in her life. As she walked out into the cool night air, Maya felt a sense of liberation wash over her. She had stood up for herself, and she had taken control of her life. She didn't know what the future held, but she was ready to face it head-on. Maya walked for hours, her feet carrying her through the streets of the city. She didn't know where she was going, but she knew she had to keep moving. Finally, she found herself at a small cafe where she sat down and ordered a cup of coffee. As she sipped her coffee, Maya felt a sense of calm wash over her. She had made the right decision, she knew. She had stood up for herself, and she had taken control of her life. Just then, a woman sat down next to her. "Mind if I join you?" she asked, smiling. Maya shook her head, and the woman introduced herself as Sophia. Sophia was a successful businesswoman with a kind face and a warm smile. She struck up a conversation with Maya, and soon they were talking like old friends. As they talked, Maya realized that Sophia was more than just a successful businesswoman. She was a kind and compassionate person who listened with empathy and understanding. Maya opened up to Sophia, telling her about her experiences as a maid and her decision to quit. Sophia listened attentively, nodding her head and making supportive noises. When Maya finished talking, Sophia smiled. "You did the right thing, Maya. You deserve better, and I think I can help you." Maya looked at her, curious. "How can you help me?" she asked. Sophia smiled. "I own a business, and I'm looking for someone with a strong work ethic and a willingness to learn. I think you'd be perfect for the job." Maya's eyes widened in surprise. Could this be the opportunity she had been looking for? Maya's eyes widened in surprise as Sophia explained the job opportunity. She had never thought about working in a business setting before, but something about Sophia's enthusiasm was infectious. Maya found herself getting excited about the prospect of starting anew. Sophia smiled as she handed Maya her business card. "My company specializes in event planning, and I'm looking for someone to help me with the day-to-day operations. You're perfect for the job, Maya. You've got a strong work ethic, and you're not afraid to speak your mind." Maya took the business card, feeling a sense of hope that she hadn't felt in a long time. She looked at Sophia, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you, Sophia. I'm really grateful for this opportunity, but I'm not sure if I'm qualified for the job." Sophia waved her hand dismissively. "Don't worry about that, Maya. I'm not looking for someone with experience. I'm looking for someone with passion and drive, and I think you've got that in spades." Maya smiled, feeling a sense of relief wash over her. As they talked, Sophia explained more about the job and what it would entail. Maya listened intently, her mind racing with questions and ideas. She couldn't believe how much she was learning about herself and what she was capable of. After a while, Sophia stood up. "Why don't you come to the office tomorrow, Maya? We can discuss the details of the job and see if it's a good fit for you." Maya nodded, feeling a sense of excitement and nervousness. The next day, Maya arrived at Sophia's office, feeling a sense of trepidation. What if she wasn't good enough? What if she failed? But as she walked into the office, she was greeted by Sophia's warm smile. "Maya, I'm so glad you're here," Sophia said as she led Maya to her desk. "Let's get started, shall we?" Maya nodded, feeling a sense of determination wash over her. As the day went on, Maya learned more about the job and what was expected of her. She was tasked with helping Sophia plan a large event, and she threw herself into the project with enthusiasm. Despite the initial challenges, Maya proved to be a quick learner, and Sophia was impressed with her work ethic and dedication. As the day drew to a close, Sophia smiled at Maya. "Maya, I think you're going to do great things here. You've got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see you grow." Maya beamed with pride, feeling a sense of belonging that she hadn't felt in a long time. As she left the office that day, Maya felt a sense of hope and excitement. She knew that she still had a lot to learn, but she was ready for the challenge. She was ready to start her new life, and she was grateful to Sophia for giving her the opportunity. Over the next few weeks, Maya settled into her new role, learning the ins and outs of the business. She worked hard, determined to prove herself and make Sophia proud. As she worked, Maya began to realize that she had a talent for event planning. She enjoyed the creative aspect of it, and she was good at bringing people together. Sophia noticed Maya's talent and began to give her more responsibilities. Maya thrived under the new challenges, and she started to see herself in a new light. She was no longer just a maid, but a capable and confident woman with a bright future ahead of her. And she owed it all to Sophia, who had given her a chance to shine. As the days turned into weeks, Maya's confidence grew. She started to see herself as a valuable member of the team, and she began to make friends with her coworkers. One of her coworkers, a young man named Alex, caught her eye. He was charming and funny, and Maya found herself looking forward to seeing him every day. As they worked together, Maya and Alex started to talk about their lives outside of work. Maya found herself opening up to him, sharing her hopes and dreams. Alex listened intently, offering words of encouragement and support. Maya felt a connection with him that she hadn't felt with anyone in a long time. As the weeks turned into months, Maya and Alex's friendship grew. They started to go out for coffee and lunch, talking about everything from their jobs to their personal lives. Maya felt like she had found a true friend in Alex, and she was grateful for his presence in her life. Little did she know their friendship would soon blossom into something more. As the months went by, Maya settled into her new role at Sophia's company. She had become an integral part of the team, and her confidence had grown exponentially. She had also become close friends with Alex, and their friendship had blossomed into something more. Maya and Alex's relationship was still in its early stages, but Maya couldn't help but feel a spark of hope. She had never felt this way about anyone before, and she wasn't sure what to make of it. One day, as they were working on a project together, Alex turned to Maya and asked, "Hey, want to grab dinner with me tonight? I know a great Italian place downtown." Maya's heart skipped a beat as she smiled and agreed. Their dinner date was a success, and Maya found herself laughing and feeling more carefree than she had in years. As they walked out of the restaurant, Alex took her hand, and Maya felt a rush of excitement. As they strolled through the city, Maya realized that she was falling for Alex. She couldn't believe how much she had grown to care for him in such a short amount of time. As the night drew to a close, Alex walked Maya home, his arm around her shoulders. Maya felt safe and protected, and she knew that she had found someone special. Over the next few weeks, Maya and Alex's relationship continued to blossom. They spent every spare moment together, exploring the city and getting to know each other. Maya felt like she had finally found her happy place, and she was grateful to Sophia for introducing her to Alex. Well, not exactly introducing, but Sophia had given her the opportunity to grow and meet new people. As Maya looked back on her journey, she realized that quitting her job as a maid had been the best decision she had ever made. It had led her to Sophia, Alex, and a new lease on life. One day, Sophia called Maya into her office, a smile on her face. "Maya, I have some great news. I've been approached by a prominent event planner, and they're looking for someone with your skills. I think you'd be perfect for the job." Maya's eyes widened in surprise, and she felt a surge of excitement. This could be the opportunity she had been waiting for, a chance to take her career to the next level. Sophia continued, "The event planner is looking for someone to head up their new initiative, and I think you'd be perfect for the role. You're organized, talented, and have a great work ethic." Maya's heart was racing as Sophia handed her the details of the job. She couldn't believe the opportunity that was being presented to her. As she left Sophia's office, Maya felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had come a long way since her days as a maid, and she knew that she was capable of achieving great things. Maya looked at Alex, who was waiting for her in the lobby. "Guess what?" she said, her eyes shining with excitement. "I might have a new job opportunity." Alex's face lit up with a smile. "That's amazing, Maya. I'm so proud of you." Maya felt a sense of happiness wash over her, knowing that she had someone who believed in her. As they walked out of the office building, Maya knew that she was ready for whatever came next. She was ready to take on new challenges, to grow, and to see where life would take her. The future was bright, and Maya was excited to see what it held. She knew that she would face obstacles, but she was ready to overcome them. With Alex by her side and Sophia's guidance, Maya felt like she could conquer the world. Maya was thrilled about the new job opportunity that Sophia had presented to her. She knew that it would be a challenge, but she was ready to take on the responsibility. The interview with the prominent event planner went smoothly, and Maya felt confident about her chances. A few days later, she received a call offering her the job. Maya was overjoyed and thanked Sophia for believing in her. She knew that she wouldn't have gotten the job without Sophia's recommendation. As she started her new role, Maya was determined to prove herself. She worked hard, putting in long hours to ensure that every event was perfect. Her colleagues were impressed with her work ethic and attention to detail. Maya's confidence grew with each successful event, and she became a valuable member of the team. Alex was proud of Maya's accomplishments and encouraged her to keep pushing herself. He knew that she had a talent for event planning and was thrilled to see her thrive. Maya's mother was also proud of her daughter's success. She would often call Maya to ask about her job and offer words of encouragement. As Maya settled into her new role, she began to realize that she had a passion for creating memorable experiences. She loved seeing the smiles on people's faces when they attended her events. Maya's hard work paid off, and she started to receive recognition within the company. She was soon promoted to a senior role, overseeing a team of event planners. The promotion came with new challenges, but Maya was ready. She had grown as a person and had developed the skills and confidence needed to lead a team. Sophia was proud of Maya's progress and knew that she had made the right decision in giving her the opportunity. Maya had proven herself to be a talented and dedicated event planner. As Maya looked back on her journey, she realized that she had come a long way. She had gone from being a maid to a successful event planner, and she was grateful for the opportunities that had come her way. Maya's success was not just about her career, it was also about the relationships she had built along the way. She had found a loving partner in Alex, and she had formed strong bonds with her colleagues in Sophia. One day, Maya received an offer to plan a high-profile wedding. It was a prestigious event, and Maya was determined to make it perfect. She worked tirelessly, ensuring that every detail was taken care of. The wedding was a huge success, and Maya's reputation as an event planner was solidified. The couple who had hired Maya for the wedding were thrilled with the result. They praised Maya's attention to detail and her ability to bring their vision to life. Maya's confidence soared, and she knew that she had found her calling. She was meant to be an event planner, and she was grateful for the opportunity to pursue her passion. As she looked to the future, Maya knew that she would continue to grow and succeed in her career. She was excited to see what the future held, and she knew that she would face every challenge with confidence and determination. Maya's story was one of perseverance and hard work. She had overcome adversity and had achieved her dreams. She was an inspiration to others, and her story would continue to unfold in the years to come. Maya's new job was a dream come true. She was working as an event planner for a prestigious company, and she was loving every minute of it. She had finally found a career that she was passionate about, and she was excelling in it. As she looked back on her journey, Maya realized that she had come a long way. She had gone from being a maid to a successful event planner, and she had Alex and Sophia to thank for it. Maya and Alex's relationship was still going strong, and they were talking about moving in together. Maya was excited about the prospect of starting a new life with Alex, and she knew that she had found her soulmate. Sophia was also doing well, and she was proud of Maya for following her dreams. She had given Maya the opportunity to shine, and Maya was grateful for it. One day, Maya received a call from her mother, and she was overjoyed to hear her voice. Her mother told her that she was proud of her and that she was doing well. Maya was happy to hear that her mother was doing okay, and she promised to visit her soon. Maya's mother asked her about her life, and Maya told her all about her new job and Alex. Her mother listened attentively, and Maya could hear the pride in her voice. As they talked, Maya realized that she had finally found closure. She had made a new life for herself, and she was happy. She knew that she would always cherish the memories of her past, but she was excited for the future. Maya and Alex's relationship continued to grow, and they were happy together. They would spend their days exploring the city, trying new restaurants, and enjoying each other's company. Maya knew that she had found her forever home, not just a place to live, but a sense of belonging. She had found her tribe, and she was grateful for it. As the days turned into weeks, Maya and Alex's bond grew stronger. They would talk about their dreams, their aspirations, and their future. Maya felt like she had finally found her partner in life, and she was excited to see what the future held. One day, Alex took Maya to a beautiful park overlooking the city. He got down on one knee, pulled out a small box, and asked Maya to be his wife. Maya was overwhelmed with emotion as she said yes. Tears of joy streamed down her face as Alex placed the ring on her finger. Maya knew that she had found her happily ever after, and she was grateful for it. As they hugged and kissed, Maya knew that she had finally found her true love. She had found someone who accepted her for who she was, and she was excited to spend the rest of her life with him. Maya and Alex's wedding was a beautiful affair, surrounded by friends and family. Sophia was the maid of honor, and she gave a heartfelt speech about Maya's journey. Maya's mother was also there, and she was overjoyed to see her daughter happy. Maya knew that she had made her mother proud, and that gave her immense joy. As Maya walked down the aisle, she knew that she had found her forever home, not just with Alex, but with herself. She had found a sense of belonging, and she was grateful for it. Maya and Alex's love story was one for the ages, a tale of hope, perseverance, and true love. They knew that their journey wouldn't be without its challenges, but they were ready to face them together. As they danced at their wedding, Maya leaned into Alex and whispered, "I'm so grateful for you." Alex smiled and replied, "I'm grateful for you too, my love." And so Maya and Alex lived happily ever after, surrounded by love, laughter, and adventure. They knew that their love would conquer all, and they were excited to see what the future held. The end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more African heartwarming stories. Thanks for watching.